Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Bala. I am co-founder and CTO of SecNurex. Thank you, everyone, for having us. So today, slide share. Just give me a minute. The slide is not slides. Oops. So the topic I'm going to focus today is on securing tomorrow. So the solution currently, as we know, there is a growing digitalization in the country where there is a lot of digital data coming into the organizations. The data could be kind of like an invoices which you receive from your customers, or if you're having a recruitment season, you will have huge amounts of resumes coming in, which could be a document or a PDF or images. Now, this is an interesting attack vector since these documents, as you know, a legitimate document can have a macro, OLE embedded object, can have a hyperlink, and images, you can have metadata on the images. So an attacker could potentially launch an attack using these documents, and these documents becomes a critical attack vector in the future. The solution we have is called as a file sanitization, which has two key parts. The first part is called as a content disarm and reconstruct, and the second part is called as a sandbox. When it comes to content disarm and reconstruct, the idea here is to take a file, split the file into individual components, remove the suspicious components of the file, and recombine only the necessary components of the file. And typical example could be like when you receive an invoice from another company, that invoice PDF document need not have hyperlink, need not have OIL embedded objects. So these objects will be removed from the document, and only sanitized, clean document will be sent into the production network. The difference this system brings with respect to scanning is when you do a scanning of a document, you look for a malicious contents. Whereas when you have this sanitization, you look for any kind of a potentially suspicious contents. So this follows a zero trust approach with respect to files, and it is more efficient system. The next system we have is called as a sandbox. Let's say you have any kind of an email filter, you put your email into junk folder based on some parameters. Now you want to know what was the attack vector which was focused on your organization. Let's say you have a junk email which goes into junk spam. You want to analyze the email in an isolated environment to know which threat actor, which APT group has sent this malicious document into your organization. That's where this sandbox system comes in. This creates an isolated environment similar to a production network, and you can analyze any document, files, executables, emails, everything in this network. And then you can find the indicators of compromise, which IP, which SHA-256 was used by this attack. So that's the advantage of having a sandbox system. So the system with file sanitization which we have combines both CDR and sandbox, and it sits in the perimeter of your system. So before someone uploads a file to your web server, or someone sends a file into your SFTP shared folder, these files gets gone into two paths. The first path is the CDR system, which sanitizes the file. Let's take there is a new file which does not have any hyperlink or any macro. That file directly comes into your production system. And there is a file with a macro or hyperlink. That file gets sanitized and sent to a production network. At the same time, the attachment which was available in the file comes into the sandbox, and the sandbox triggers the attachment in an isolated network. So in this way, you have a trust, you have follow a zero trust with files. So any file which comes into your production network, you are sure that file does not have any malicious data. At the same time, if there was any malicious data, you have the information as who attacked you. So that is the combination which we bring by having a unified defense of CDR and a sandbox technology. So this is the end of my presentation. We are a cybersecurity company based out of India, and we are 100% Indian company. We do have multiple customers and clients, and I'm open to take any questions if you have.
For more content on tech and leadership, subscribe to NASSCOM YouTube channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update.